What's up, everybody? That guy here, and today we're going to be doing some CS Surf, which I haven't done in a long time, but I remember going on a lot of surf servers late at night at like 3 a.m. and playing with my friends, or just kind of chatting, late night conversations, that kind of stuff, you know? It's actually pretty nostalgic. There's a lot of YouTubers that used to do a lot of surf commentary. I mean, not Leafy. I never really watched Leafy, but I would watch. I would watch like the Misfits. I would watch Raccoon Eggs a lot, and it would always be like surf gameplay or like they'd be in a surf server or whatever. So I don't know. I think this game mode is pretty nostalgic for me, and I'm pretty happy to like play it again. Anyway, what am I talking about today? And boy, do I have a lot to talk about because, man, today was rough. Rough. It was rough. And the topic I'm going to talk about is that you can't rely on anyone. You can't. So, the need to be self sufficient in this world is just, it's really high. It is so competitive out there, like college wise, classes wise, job wise. You just need to learn how to be independent. Straight up. You have to know how to be self sufficient, how to clean for yourself, how to you have to be self driven. As my dad was saying this morning, I don't have that much of that problem because I don't need to be told to do my work. I don't need to be told to do my chores. I just do them. And it's a necessity though. And it's not something that everybody is accustomed to or knows how to do. Honestly, there's a lot of people who have been privileged their whole lives that could basically not function a single day without their parents doing something for them. And that's rough. It's real rough, especially with, the dramatic shift when college comes around. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be hard. So, the thing about relying on other people, it's not only self-damaging, but it's kind of like, yeah, like I said, it's a necessity, but also it kind of diminishes relationships sometimes. Not everyone is always available, willing, or ready to help. You cannot be reliant on other people to help solve your problems or to even be there at all times. When people say, "Oh, yeah, I'll always be there for you," that's a straight up lie. Because when they're going through the shit, then they are going to focus on themselves primarily. You are not the center of attention in this world, and you are not the center of the universe either. You are not their main focus, and that's why you have to make yourself the main focus, because other people are not going to do that for you. I feel like I have this problem. Not like I'm relying on others, but I feel like I have people who rely on me too much. I am an anchor for a lot of people, but oh wow, stupid CS glitch. I am an anchor for a lot of people, but that just degrades my own experience. That kind of it's just a lot of weight and pressure on me, as if I'm not already stressed out enough about a fucking test that I have literally this Tuesday, even though we just started on a new unit. So essentially, you can't have other people, you can't be relying on other people, because to me, the people who rely on me, sometimes it's a burden. I think everything economically now. You got cost benefits, you got, there are certain pros and cons to doing certain things, and time is a valuable resource. Time is a hugely valuable resource. Every time I'm hanging out with my friends, I think I could be doing something different. I could be either working on myself, my hobbies or projects, or I could be doing schoolwork, but instead, I'm spending time to make you happy. I am doing this not for my own enjoyment or for me to relax. I am doing it so that I can make sure you're okay. But that's not a way that I want to live. I don't want to always be a people pleaser 100% of the time. Being a people pleaser 100% of the time, it essentially means that other people are taking advantage of you. And it sucks. And I absolutely fucking hate it when people are that reliant on me. But it's also at the same time, I can't trust them to do things on their own. So you're stuck in a loop where it's either A, it's either A, you just be a complete dickhead and not tend to anybody, which I've been kind of more distant with my friends because it's like, dude, you got to do this on your own. I'm not gonna do it for you, like, assertive. Or B, you could just continue, go with the flow, and help them out when they need it, and always be there, at the cost of your own sanity, at the cost of your own opportunities, your own growth, and the cost of your own time, which every second counts. The thing about trusting people is that when you have certain things that you want to be done a certain way, or when you have a certain style of living that you don't want to be altered, or that you've trained yourself in doing, you can't trust other people being as responsible as you, having the same goals, having the same mindset as you. You can't rely on them at all, especially when you're in group projects. Like, I honestly believe that group projects, I used to love them, but now I don't. I feel like I would rather do all my assignments individually, because when you're with a group project, you could be with a stellar group. Like, ideally, the group projects where you choose your people, choose anybody, like you have your friends in your class that you could rely on, or that are good for the work, and that, like, actually, like, you know like, put in the effort and everything. Like, that's good. Like, those projects are always almost turn out great, but those are like, maybe those happen like maybe a fifth of the time with all group projects. Most of the time it's one dude, probably me, doing all the fucking work at the end of the day, because you can't trust them to do anything else, and they just either don't care about the project, or they feel like, yeah, we could finish it in like 2 days, it's not that hard, it's not that big of a deal. It is a big deal. Okay, you don't know my schedule. You don't know, like, if I'm going to be available those next 2 days. You don't know how much realistically, like, the time it's going to take to complete it. I mean, all you have to do is write a script, and I'm editing and animating the whole video. So why are you saying it's not going to be that bad, or it's going to be really easy, when you don't know anything about the true workload? That's the problem that I'm facing with my project for one of my classes. I don't trust my group, and I have only a couple days to do it, and I'm editing this whole video, and it's terrible. It's straight up terrible. And I'm afraid I'm not going to do it in time, and then either they're going to blame me, or we're all going to get a bad grade because, they failed. I don't want my grade dependent on other people. I wish my grade was individual, because I myself put much more effort than they could have possibly done, and getting equal amount, it's like having the grade distributed equally. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. And it shouldn't be my responsibility to tell people, hey, can you do your goddamn work? That is not my responsibility. So yeah, you can't trust anybody. But the biggest thing, though, about relying on other people is emotional. Your emotional states, when you're feeling down, or you just, can't keep going, and you feel like all you have left in the world and all that you care about is one person. That's how you know everything's fucked. That's how you know that you are basically on the brink. In our society, some feelings, identities, thoughts are taboo. You can't share certain things without judgment. That's what friends are for, right? Always being there, being an anchor. Being able to share your feelings, whatever. And always being a shoulder to cry on, whatever. Yeah. Thing is, on the receiving end, you are essentially making the other person feel the same way as you are. We're humans. There's empathy. But what the hell? The map is ending. I forgot about that. That's my music kid. It's because I'm a really big fan of Holland, Miami. Anyway, so essentially, yeah, some thoughts are taboo, and there's some certain people who, like, is sharing your thoughts and feelings with another person. So very people are very emotional, very vulnerable at that stage, and when they're sharing your thoughts, that's basically a cry for help most of the time. But honestly, it's really, really, really hard for the person receiving it. It feels like you're going through the same emotions, and it feels like that you can't do anything, that you're powerless sometimes, or you're seeing your friend struggle. Like, I don't want to see somebody struggle this much. I don't want to see my friend being degraded and down the whole day. I don't want to see my friend having to go through all this trauma, but yet I am bearing witness to it. And so now, retroactively, I am a part of it. And so it just makes my mental state decline. It's essentially putting some of the weight on me. That's how it feels. And it also makes it so that when they need help, and when you really, really don't want to help them, and you really got a really bad assignment, or a really like important deadline, or just thing that you want to work on yourself, you want to detox. I want to detox. I want to do my animation. I want to do my rock climbing. I want to do my music. I want to do all these different things that I do to detox, and like that they mean a lot to me, and that help me get through the day. But then all my time is just focused on making sure that they could fucking function, that they could get through their day. So I truly have never any time to relax. You have to know how to live on your own. I tell, like, I'm trying to push for my friends to, like, it's hard to change a mindset. Always be positive. That's you can't just say that. And I'm trying to tell them, like, I can't always be there for you, dude. Like, I'm not gonna be here forever. Like, hell, I could travel to the fucking, like, I could die in a car crash tomorrow. I'm gonna be away in a different college. Like, dude, I am not going to solve your problems. I can't solve your problems. Some people need to know how to live by themselves, and some people need to know how to live on their own in case of emergency or life events. Because it's inevitable. It's almost inevitable. There's some flaws, though, with what I just said. I trying to stop caring so much about other people's problems, other people's demons. That's for them to figure out, but it's hard. I'm too empathetic. I'm too caring. I'm not trying to, like, say, like, oh, I'm the most caring person in the world, but I'm just saying I just care too much, and it's eating away at me. I'm afraid. I'm not gonna say a lot, but the biggest thing I'm afraid of is that one person that I've known for years, when I tell them that I don't want to hang out with them, or when I tell them I'm not going to do their shit for them, or that they need to figure out their life, that they're going to do something stupid again. And they're going to be in the hospital. That's my biggest fear. I don't really know what to do about it. But I'll keep going. One way or another. I'm not a perfect person. We've all got our own demons, we all got our own struggles, but at least I don't put them on other people. I deal with them on my own. I don't want to be a burden. I know what it's like to be on that receiving end. I don't want to have other people have to go through what I go through. There's some flaws with the way I live and the way I think about these things. Because, I don't want to be a burden, right? But at the same time, as a result, I'm emotionally trapped. Essentially, I feel isolated, away from everybody, and nobody knows what truly is going on because I don't want to share. And that also means I can't really get that much help either. But I don't want their help, especially when they're struggling too. It's terrible. I'm doing okay. I could, again, I know how to live and deal with this on my own, and I have been for years. Honestly, other people is who I worry about more. I trust myself way more. It feels like other people take advantage of you. Honestly. Now, going back to the general broad strokes, it feels like people take advantage of you when, you know, they are reliant on you. When you're so responsible and you meet deadlines and you're an upstanding person with a 4.3 GPA, people just take advantage of that. You know, maybe not intentionally. Some people definitely do it intentionally, but some people are just like, oh no, William's got it. He's got it. You know, he knows what he's doing. You know, he is very responsible and he likes doing it. No, the fuck I don't. I don't always like helping other people, and I don't always like doing this work. I do it because I feel like it's a necessity and it's part of my values. That doesn't mean I like doing it. And that doesn't mean it gives you the right to just use me for everything and essentially wring me out like a stupid wet towel. I am my own person with my own aspirations, my own wishes, and I'm not a machine or ChatGPT for you to just basically tell what to do. I have other things, more important things I'd like to be doing, which is why, and I'm sure you do too, which is why I think it's better if we divvy up the work. Okay? I sometimes think about, and this is kind of a detraction from the topic, I sometimes think about what is the point of continuing like this? Like, should I just be a total asshole and just live out and just run away from everything, or just not care about anything anymore, run away from all those people and just don't let anybody else bother me anymore? Will this continue for the rest of my life till college? Like, all this stress and all of this anxiety inducing pressure, is the rest of my life going to be this way? I don't care that much about other people anymore. I can't care about people anymore. And I wish I could just get away from it all. One of my dreams, one of my thoughts, or like happy places, one of my happy places is literally just a cabin in the woods, away from everything. Also, or just like in the mountains, actually, or even in the desert, just someplace isolated where I don't have to listen to anybody, and I can live out the rest of my days with nature and in peace. I want to get out. I wish I could almost leave this world to another plane of existence. I'm not saying I want to, I'm not suicidal. I'm not saying, oh, everything is terrible right now. I wish like everything would end. I'm saying I wish everything was still for a moment. I dream of escaping all of these people and personal problems and the problems of others that weigh me down too. I feel there's a better plane of existence out there. Or, what about no existence at all? That's all I have today. I'm sorry to end on a very nihilistic, very depressing note. But truly, I don't know what else to say. I'm tired, I'm beaten, I'm battered. I don't want to continue living like this. Today was terrible. Told myself I'd get a bunch of work done and then tomorrow I'd hang out with my friends. But I took a nap on accident. I'm trying to get my work done because I think of everything economically now, costs and benefits, in the sense of like I only have so much time. I got to get my work done today, and then I can hang out with my friends, and that'll be acceptable, and then I'll just work all day Sunday. But you know, things didn't pan out the way I thought they would, and that's okay. And I'll keep going as if nothing ever happened. One way or another, I'll find peace. I just need to keep going. That's all I have today. And I'll see you guys later.